Hello and welcome to Gentoo. I'm Mackenzie Doherty, and this is your source for all things nerd culture. Let's start things off with this week's up-and-coming releases. You can look forward to seeing these titles and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms. We've got a lot of titles this week, so let's jump right in. This week's releases are Batman: The Enemy Within, Episode 2, The Pact, for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, iOS, and Android on September 26th. Blue Reflection for the PS4 and PC on September 26th. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony for the PS4 and the PS Vita on September 26th. Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC September 26th. Halo Wars 2 Awakening the Nightmare for the Xbox One and PC September 26th. Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash for PS4 September 26th. FIFA 18 for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox 360, and PS3 September 29th. Gundam Versus for the PS4 on September 29th. Total War Warhammer 2 for the PC September 29th. These games and many more will be released throughout the month, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. Up next, check out What Happened With.
Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel and welcome to What Happened With. Today we're looking at what happened with Skyrim and why does Bethesda keep deciding to re-release it again and again. Skyrim is a role-playing game, RPG, made by Bethesda Software, released in 2011. Skyrim is a massive game of epic scale. The game is huge, like massive. You want to sneak around with a bow and hunt some deer? You can do that. You want to master the arcane arts and blast your enemies to dust with lightning? You can do that. You want to just go full barbarian and hack and slash people into tiny little bits? Go ahead, you crazy axe murderer. When the game came out, it got critical acclaim and people loved it. Skyrim had more of a mass appeal compared to the other games in the Elder Scrolls series due to beautiful game design paired with intriguing plot, simple yet entertaining gameplay mechanics. It drew people in and made the game a success. The masses loved the game and have been playing the heck out of it ever since. Skyrim was such a success that when all the DLC came out, they released the Legendary Edition with the expansions included. People bought the game again for a second time on the same console generation, the Xbox 360, the PS3. They bought the exact same game again. People love Skyrim. Here's where things get a little bit weird. With the release of the newest consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, it was believed by fans that after Fallout 4 came out, the next game by Bethesda would be the next installment in the Elder Scrolls series. Imagine the surprise on the fans' face when they found out it wasn't another Elder Scrolls series game, but an HD remaster of Skyrim. This version of Skyrim had upscaled graphics, and it fixed some of the bugs at the core of the game. This new game also added the ability for console players to play the game with mods, which is one of the biggest factors and one of the biggest draws for people to play Skyrim on PC. Instead of making a whole new game though, they just released the same cash cow game that they had before. So what happened with Skyrim and Bethesda? Bethesda made a game that appeals to so many. They will continue to release Skyrim again and again because it's a good game that people seem to enjoy, and it doesn't take much for them to port it over to a new console, but most importantly, people keep buying the game whenever it's released. With news of the game being out on the Nintendo Switch, that's just a whole new market for them to touch with the same game with the least amount of effort. It's all based on market. They're not being malicious, they're not being lazy. It's just the game developers deciding, hey, this is a better way for us to spend our time and our resources rather than wasting it on creating a whole new game.
Thanks for watching What Happened With and listening to me ramble for a bit about Skyrim. I'm Nathaniel Cochran, and you're watching Gentoo.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, received a promotion last week. This change follows a reorganization ordered by Nadea in July of this year. The reorganization was intended to streamline the company's operations to focus more on selling specific customer solutions with video games identified as a core area of interest. Previously, Spencer reported to the Vice President of Microsoft's Windows and Devices Group, which will still work closely with the Xbox division under the restructure. Now, Spencer reports directly to CEO Satya Nadella. Spencer has been a big name in Xbox since the beginning and has been praised for his candid responses, being a reliable source of news, and interacting closely with the Xbox community. Good luck, Phil. We will continue after some commercials, but first, here's Insight on Esports.
This is Insight on Esports, and I'm Sean Nino. We start with a game that gives us yearly installments and is new to esports. NBA 2K was announced to be a league that will feature 17 NBA teams, fielding 5 NBA 2K players, each in league matches that will run from May to August next year in 1 or 2 central NBA studios. Tryouts are set to begin in February 2018, with a draft in March. NBA 2K Esports League Commissioner Brendan Donahue is confident about the league's chances in the global market. Donahue thinks NBA fans are going to cross over and be interested, and he thinks there is potential for crossover in other esports for fans to come over and follow the 2K League. The World Championship is coming soon for League of Legends. 24 teams were invited to China after earning their spot in the regular season. There was a new format this year with 12 of the teams from around the globe having a play-in stage where 4 of those teams will then join 12 teams that are already in the group stages. With 5 major League of Legends regions, let's cover how each of the best teams came to Worlds.
Fake is going to explode as the massive damage from Prey is going to say goodnight to the king of the mid lane. The Nexus falls, and your new champions of the LCK is Longzhu Gaming.
In League Championship Korea, Longzhu Gaming beat longtime powerhouse SK Telecom T1 3-1 in the finals. Even with SKT not being number 1 from their region, every team should be scared of the franchise that has won 3 of the past 4 World Championships. South Korea has won 4 straight championships and is looking to make it 5 this year. LOL Pro League in China gave a grand end to the season with a 5-game set between Chinese rivals Edward Gaming and Royal Never Give Up. Edward Gaming won and will try to give China their first World Championship. The League Master Series in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau has had 2 teams go back and forth for first place for many years, and they met again in the finals. The Flash Wolves faced off against AHQ Esports Club. The Flash Wolves earned a clean sweep.
The undisputed best team in Europe, Gentoo Esports, get themselves another kill, and for the first time in history, the 4th consecutive EU LCS title. G2 Esports are the best team in Europe.
In European League Championship Series, it saw G2 Esports earn a 4th straight European title, beating relative newcomers Misfits.
6 championships and 10 splits. They have never missed a final. They have never missed Worlds, and they are once again your North American champions.
And in the final major region, the North American League Championship Series, Team Solo Mid continued their run of being in every NALCS final and beat Immortals 3-1. Thank you for tuning in to Insight on Esports. I'm Sean Nino. You're watching Gentoo.
Hello and welcome to our new segment, Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm joined by my friend Cass today.
Hey guys.
And Cass, we're going to be talking a little bit about Spider-Man this week.
All right, well, what about the evolution of Spider-Man?
So Spider-Man, it started as a comic co-created by Stan Lee, and it was very, very popular. But the comic itself is like consistently popular to an underlying degree, but you can watch the popularity of the character spike as media goes on. So we saw a big spike in the 60s with that cartoon. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends in '84 was a big one. Of course, the 90s Spider-Man series that showed on Fox was popular at the time. There are people looking back now talking about kind of how goofy it is. I enjoyed it. Spectacular Spider-Man in 2012. One of Marvel's big missteps was canceling that show and to replace it with another Spider-Man show that did not do nearly as well. So you can see the live action movies have been rebooted about, I think, 3 times now. We're getting a Venom movie that's in a separate universe. So you can watch the Spider-Man character, be incredibly popular, especially with like younger kids, and then drop kind of into obscurity for a while. And what keeps it alive during that time is video games and comics, mostly.
Well, why do you think Spider-Man keeps falling off the face of the earth so often?
I think it's a character that people, honestly, it's a little bit, Dan Harmon once said that people liked the Muppets so much that they ruined it. I think Spider-Man is much the same way. I think everybody wants a piece of that pie. Everybody that likes superheroes wants to get in on Spider-Man, and they just get too many cooks in the kitchen. They start pulling everything out, especially the movies. Most of the time when a Spider-Man movie flops hard, the main criticism is you put too many villains in it, and it doesn't make any sense. So we get all these people that want to make a Sinister Six movie or pull the whole Rogues Gallery out and have all these different plot lines, when really the reason people like Spider-Man is because he's a relatable character.
Right. Where do you think Spider-Man's going now, though?
Well, obviously Homecoming was super popular. Brought back, the actor from Civil War that everybody loves so much. He's got a 6-movie deal right now. We're a little unsure of how that's going to work with the Marvel Universe canon. We do know that Venom is going to be the start of sort of an extended Spider-Man universe series. But what people are really looking at right now that Homecoming is out, is the PS4 Spider-Man game. It's being developed by Insomniac. It's the same people that made Ratchet and Clank, Sunset Overdrive, and people are really, really excited about the mechanics of this game. So, thank you for joining us on this episode of Talk Nerdy to Me. Come back next week for even more nerdy goodness. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Gentoo. I'm your host, Mackenzie Doherty, and you saw Insight on Esports. Now it's time for NWIRL, where we'll take a look at some of the nerd culture right here in Maryville.
Hello and welcome to NWIRL. I'm Justin Wood, and this is the show where we meet you, the nerds, right here on Northwest Campus. Let's jump right in to meet this week's featured nerd.
Hi, I'm Michaela Anderson and I'm a senior. I am involved in a lot actually. I'm involved with marching band, wind symphony, pep band, and 2 organizations, one being Kappa Kappa Psi and the other being Sigma Society. Something that drove me to continue band at the collegiate level is just the fact that it was a big part of my life in high school, and I wasn't quite ready to give that up. And so when I had the opportunity to come here and get a scholarship and join all of the bands, I jumped on it. One of the biggest struggles is not being a music major and still trying to make time for it. As I've gotten into my major classes, it's been harder and harder with scheduling issues. So I'm just thankful that I've been able to keep it up as long as I have. A lot of preparation goes into it. We have to have like a music rehearsal where we practice music every day. We rehearse from 4:10 to 5:15 every single day, Monday through Friday. That doesn't include all the practice time outside that we have with sectionals and with your own practice time. And then there's also trying to learn drill with the music. So that takes about, this year it's been taking about like at least a day and a half. One of my favorite shows was from last year, and we did a Star Wars show. And it was just so cool, and the way that the band sounded, it gave me chills every time. It was awesome. One of my favorite moments is in 2015 getting to go and play at Sporting Park for the national championship.
Thanks, guys. You can catch the B&B next Saturday as they take the field for the halftime show at Arrowhead Stadium.
I'm Michaela Anderson, and you're watching Gentoo.
Thanks, guys. If you, your event, or your organization want to be featured on NWIRL, you can message us on Facebook or email respawnKNWT8@gmail.com with the subject line NWIRL. That's respawnKNWT, the number 8, @gmail.com. Subject line KNWT_IRL. A Portuguese company named Nuada has developed a new advance in bionics, a bionic hand that strengthens the user's grip. Designed to assist those who have lost some of the use of their hand due to an injury or defect, the Nuada bionic hand is essentially a glove with a system of exoskeletal artificial tendons, which tests predict will assist those who have trouble gripping objects. Now we'll head over to Project Delta, where bad games go to die and good games get played badly. Hello and welcome back to Project Delta. I'm your host, Mackenzie Doherty, and I am here with Andy again.
Hello.
All right, so what are we playing this week, Andy?
Well, because of the release of the new trailer for Tomb Raider, we're playing Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. It is it's a 4-player top-down shooter. It solves puzzles just like the regular. Hey, I probably should push that button.
Oh, should I press this button over
Yes,
here
you should
then?
go right over there and push that button. Yeah, it was. You with your staff. Fire at that eye thing. I'll try to shoot at it too, but my gun probably won't do much. Actually, it's doing a lot.
Yeah.
But no, this game was released, I think, 2013, 2014, right after the success of the reboot game. And I believe last month it became free with Games with Gold, so that's kind of why I have it.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
So there's a movie coming out
Yes,
based on Tomb Raider?
Yes, there is a movie coming out about March 16th of next year. The first trailer just dropped a couple days ago, about a week ago.
All right, so what did you know about like all the games?
Well, I know that it
Kind of
started.
what's the premise
Yeah,
behind them?
I know it started in 1996. So last year was its 20th anniversary, and PlayStation got this whole 20th anniversary celebration pack and something like that. Yeah, there's close to 10 to 13 games or something like that. There was a lot of games
Oh, wow.
in there. Yeah, before the 2013 reboot, all the games were T-rated, but then once they got the reboot, they made it M, and you can tell, like if you play the game, you can tell that it's an M-rated game. Like there's a lot of blood, and there's a lot of swearing too. So
the power
like
of
a really
Osiris
long
still resides within his staff.
For nothing.
If we raise it up, it will affect anything with his glyph.
okay, so it says you have to hold the left trigger to affect objects marked.
Oh,
hey!
like that.
How about I get
Hey,
on
get
this
on the
one?
platform
There
now.
we go. It's an elevator. Yay.
Let's go. Whew.
All right, let's go.
We're making a lot more progress than.
Yes. There was
What are these things?
well, before we went on, there was a door that we just couldn't figure out, and then we looked at the instructions and we found out how to do it. So, okay, that's me. Oh, I don't want to hook onto you. I'm hook on that. There, that hook. And I want to climb. I'm gonna leave you behind. Bye.
Wait, so then how?
I cannot tell where she is.
Aha.
Should
Yes,
ominous
I have to.
There
I
we
have
go.
to- yes, I have
Keep
to get
your
you.
eyes open.
There you are. Now you climb up.
Let's go.
Anytime, man.
I'm going. Hold on.
All right. No, don't hold on to you anymore.
Wait,
Okay.
now where do we go? What is that?
Okay, now we can.
What is?
You can activate your shield, and I can jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Sorry, copyright. My bad. Yes.
Do you see that like alligator-looking character in the
Yes,
corner?
I'm not gonna draw my attention to
I was
it.
holding the wrong
There
one.
we go. Now I can up.
I was like, that's not doing anything. Wait.
Bam. Up. There we go. I'm up. All right. I'm gonna get you. Hold on. Oh, I dropped.
Oh.
I dropped.
Oh, come on.
Shield, please.
There you go.
Boing.
So what's your like favorite thing in all of the games that you've played?
Let's see. What should I say? That's not. That's TV friendly. I think that the combat I think is probably the best. It's improved over the years, and now she has more than just dual pistols. She has a bow and arrow. She has a shotgun. She has what am I thinking? Shotgun. She has a shotgun. That's what she has. And she has an assault rifle. So she has a lot more in her repertoire. And she has an ice pick, so you can kind
We
of
should
bludgeon
move.
people to death. with
There
that
is
too.
no telling when
Oh.
Amit will find you.
It sounds interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting.
I love the graphics of this game.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
I went right through and I didn't get hurt.
Lucky you.
I'm Laura
Traps
Croft.
in
That's
this
what
place are
happens.
deadly. We must be cautious.
Okay, so I gotta drop a bomb. Oh, I should probably be.
Oh.
I think that glowing white is probably where you have to drop the bomb.
I mean, there's a glowing yellow over there. There was a glowing one right here, like where I just did it. So that's.
Let me see if I can drop a bomb. Let's see. Can I drop a
Why?
bomb? I can drop a bomb.
And then why?
And then boom.
Boom. And then, are these like gems or is that what they are?
I'm guessing they're having something to do with.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You just hurt yourself. That works.
Forgot to move.
I think we have to drop a bomb.
Oh.
And kaboom.
Ow.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna go that way.
Awesome.
We're not gonna deal with the other side.
Yeah.
We're
Just
just
go
gonna
through
go
here,
around.
sneak
We
past,
will keep that in
we go.
mind.
catch back up.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting game.
I got these guys. You just take care of the little. Oh, I used a bomb. That's probably a smart idea. Ow. Okay, next time, warn me when you have a bomb. Hey, I have a bomb.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Bomb. Why? I don't know, because that's what they want. Yeah, like those. Goodbye, scarabs or whatever you are.
Yeah, it's like, what are these things? Are those like skeleton? Those are skeletons.
Those are skeletons, yes. The little bug things are like scarabs or something like that.
Interesting.
Okay, so there's health. Ah, that's me. That's totally me. How do I do this? Oh, you jump on the rope and walk across. That's what it says down there. I'm just literally just reading what the instructions say.
I was like, now if only I can actually jump onto the rope. We'll see how that goes. There we go. Now how do we get you across? Oh. Oh yeah, because you can just.
Go walk over to the other side.
So you can try and get that health?
I don't need the health, but I can get you. Oh.
That is true.
There we go. Yeah. And I got the health.
I was like,
and
you're gonna get
and you get
health.
health too.
Awesome.
It's a share. So this is a lot like what we had before when we were off camera. And now we figured it out, so now we know what we're doing.
Makes a lot more sense now.
I'm gonna take care of these guys. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, there's a skeleton.
Why?
Yeah.
This is such a cool game. Like, I just can't get over how cool it looks.
And it's 4-player. Hey, we got a ring.
Nice.
Gotta put a ring on that finger. Where can I put it? There we go. I can put the ring on the finger. There we go. Sorry, I'm taken. Awesome.
Okay,
Now
there
we
we
can
go.
back. Yay, now we can get more health.
So what do the rings do?
Power-ups? I don't know.
Alright.
Watch out, got a bomb. There we go. There's a health pack. We're okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It wouldn't let me pick it up earlier.
That's because you were full of health and I
Yeah.
wasn't. Okay.
Oh,
Spears.
this is gonna be interesting.
Well, let's figure this out later.
All right. That's all we have for this week. Make sure to tune in next week to Project Delta. Project Delta and Gentoo air each week, Monday through Thursday on Channel 8 at 8 o'clock p.m. And you can also check us out on YouTube.
Shield.
Oh, wait. Shield. Oh.
Shield up.